Are you in the nappies?
I have been before.
I never win.
Yeah.
I've been in it 6 times for best local CPA, never won. I'm the Susan Lucci of the nappies. And nobody younger than me knows who that is.
Right. I got you.
Okay. She never won.
Hello, Cheers to Business listeners. I'm Ashley Smith, Vice President of Wholesale Pharmacy for DocRx. With over 10 years of experience helping doctors and their patients with diagnostic tests, patient monitoring, medical supplies, compliance, wholesale pharmacy, physician, dispensing, billing, and much more. DocRx is your patient and health compliance solution, both under one roof, and always with the mission of the patient's health first. To find out how DocRx can help you, your hospital, pharmacy, physician's offices, and any PPE you need for your businesses, please visit us at docrx.com.
Yes, I am a fighter, and everybody knows that. It's been tough, but yes, I'm going to make it. When I first started downtown, I tried to see what was best for my clientele, because some would want me to come in early, some would want me to stay late. So what I had to do was figure out which was the better time for my clients and for myself, which area I was going to make the most money.
And working with family. You know, it's tough, but it sounds like you guys have worked it out and are in a great place.
Sometimes we get a little snappy, but everybody thinks it's part of the play. But it's fun to get to be with she's just like my mini-me, only nicer.
So is mine.
Yeah.
Today we have on the show a woman that I recently met. I admire her. She's strong, she's blunt, she's honest, and I don't know anybody like that. But I guess that's why I like her so much. She's going to talk about her business that she's had for a while, raised a child in, who now works with her, and how she has survived and got her business to the point of not only surviving COVID, surviving downtown changes, and coming out the other side stronger than ever, while saying to the world that I'm going to make it and you can't stop me. Hey, I'm Karen. I'm a former CPA, entrepreneur, business consultant with big ideas.
Welcome to Cheers to Business.
Bridgette Jerkins with Royal Barber. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You and I are new friends.
Yes.
So how we met, just a little background, is I'm an Uncle Henry fan, as you are.
Yes.
And for the listeners not here locally, Uncle Henry is a long-time radio character who's now Facebook Live, and so he has different shows. He has a show here at the Container Yard live every Friday night, and so we kind of got to see over chat room and stuff like that, and then I saw you in a bar.
That's right.
Yeah, recently,
Right.
like Friday night.
Yeah.
But I've always thought you and what you do is so interesting, and you're not quiet about your disagreements with governments or I admire that because I'm not too quiet myself. So let's take it back a little bit. You know, we've talked and chatted and had a great time dancing Friday night, which I enjoyed. And happy birthday.
Thank you so very much. It was awesome.
All right. So tell us, you have owned Royal Barber for 24 years?
Almost 24 years, yes.
How did you end up owning a barber shop? Tell us the history, because it's been around a while, right?
It has. The original barbershop was in the Battle House in the basement. Then it moved down towards where the old Royal Street Cafe was. And then the owner moved it to 3 North Royal Street. And I was there. That owner had passed away, and another man bought it. And I met that gentleman while I was in barber school. And he told me when I got out of school, he would, like for me to come work with him.
So you went to barber school, not hair salon school? Is there a difference?
There is a difference. In barbering, we specialize in straight razors and clippers, and we are trained to do everything. I mean, we can do colors and everything. But I try to keep my shop very traditional. I like everybody to feel comfortable in there. Like, we do men only, and we keep it as traditional as possible.
Well, if someone that's female or whatever's in between or anything else, and they want that type of haircut, they can still come to you?
Yes, they can come in, yeah. We don't want them to think that they're going to get that salon experience, because it's far from it.
Y'all drink beer, don't you?
We do. We among other things.
Now, one thing that I think is so interesting about you, and Johnny as well thinks this, that you've set your own time, you set your own ways, you don't make appointments, you do this, you do that, and you have gotten this following to do what you need to do for the betterment of your business and you. That's so hard.
Yeah, when I first started downtown, I tried to see what was best, for my clientele, because some would want me to come in early, some would want me to stay late. So what I had to do was figure out which was the better time for my clients and for myself, which area I was going to make the most money. Turned out to be early morning. So I still
Why
work.
is that? I'm curious.
Well, the shift change for police and fire is usually at 6 o'clock, so they can come in right at shift change, just after shift change. They can go home and go to bed, or they can start their day with a fresh haircut. I was married to a police officer a long, long time ago, so I know how hard it is.
My daddy was a fireman.
Yeah, so I know how hard it is for them to get, their haircut and so forth. I also give them a half-price haircut so that they can.
Well done.
Thank you. So they know that, they have to keep their appearances up. So that's my way of saying thank you. I really want to support those guys, and I've lived the life, so I know how it is. So that's my way of saying thank you to them, and I also honor the military that way.
Nice. So what's the demographic, the average?
Oh, we have infants to very elderly. If you bring your kid in, you're a bad parent.
Don't say that.
You're a very bad parent if you bring your child in.
Maybe just a fun parent.
No, we have some fun parents, and we have some, I have plenty of young men that have come in as little ones that are now married or graduating college, or, so it's been a really great experience. I'm so glad that I went into this because it's been very, very rewarding for me personally.
Now, see, I know how hard it is to groom clients, because when you first start, you want to do everything they want because you're trying to get business.
Exactly.
So how would you instruct, or if you were mentoring someone, how would you tell them to do that?
Well, first of all, you kind of have to know your surroundings, know your area. And as for me, being in the business district, I have to know that they need to hurry up and to get out. So an appointment would not work for everybody. And if I did do appointments, then they may come in and somebody may be in the chair, then they may get frustrated. So I don't do that. I strictly do first come, first serve. I do not make appointments. They all know it, and they also know that we're very fast. Not only are we fast, we're very, very good at what we do, or we wouldn't be there that long.
Now, you're saying we. Who's the we?
Oh, yes, my daughter, Ashton Whitney.
How does that work for you guys?
Oh, my God, she's my best friend.
I love my daughter.
Yes, my daughter is amazing, and we do a lot of bantering off of each other, and the only person that can embarrass me is myself or my daughter. Everybody else is not going to do it, but she can really get me. So
does she tries to?
Oh yeah, she does, and she's really pretty good at it.
Does she get mad when you do it to her?
Actually, she does sometimes. She's like, "Don't do that to me," and like I told Uncle Henry that she didn't like his program, and so he started playing music and dedicating it to her. And she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you do that. I hate you for doing that." But it's, she's joking, of course. But so, if Uncle Henry comes in for a haircut, she likes him personally, but she hates the show.
He's come on this show a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's really funny. I love him, and he's very smart.
He's so dry with it, though, and subtle, that he cracks me up.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want to laugh just when I see him.
Yep.
I mean, because I know he gets away with a lot of things.
Now, does he have you do his wig, or is it his real hair you're cutting?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that
Okay.
one.
All right. I like it. No, I respect that. So getting your business to where you want it to be, working with who you want to work with, and that being, coworkers and your customers. Mm-hmm. And another thing, too, is buying an existing business. I've done that. I've started out on my own, and it's scary.
It's very scary. When I went in, the first year was horrible, and I was working with the previous owner. No one wanted me because I was a female, and they were used to having an all-male barbershop. And so it took me breaking them down in order to get them comfortable with there being a female in there. I think they thought they had to not tell jokes or not do anything. So I just kind of put myself in that position to interrupt them when they were talking, which they hated. And a very well-known blue blood would come into the shop, and every time he came in, I would jump up and I'd say, "Can I help you today, Mr. So-and-so?" And he'd be like, "Little girl, there's not a damn thing you can do for me." And I was like, "Okay, well, sit down." And Bob, who owned it prior to me, he would cut his hair. So it took me about a year of me jumping up asking him if I could help him. And finally, one day, he comes in and I said, "Hey, Mr. So-and-so, how are you doing today?" And he says, "Little girl, do you really give a GD? Or are you just asking to be polite?" And then I, in turn, said, "Honestly, I could give a He sat in my chair. I cut his hair till he died after that. And it broke the ice, and everybody just kind of followed. And it turned into the previous owner would sit in the back and play cards all day because I started making him, the money. I paid all of his overhead. He was retired. That was his extra thing. But he just enjoyed sitting in there.
Banter.
Yes, yes. And so it was really fun. It was really fun.
So 25, 30 years ago, I know the good old boys and women's place and that kind of thing. So I can only imagine what you experienced. You have to persevere.
Yes. You cannot have thin skin because especially with older men, they're going to tell you you're fat. How do you work with big boobs? Stuff like that. And I'm like, how do you work being stupid? Or
oh my gosh, I can take the boobs thing. I don't know if I can take that one.
Yeah. No, they didn't call me stupid. That was my reply. Yeah, that would be my reply. And so they just would get tickled. And what I come to realize is that a lot of my clientele, now I have white collar, blue collar, no collar. But the white collar people were so used to people kissing their butt all day. And when they would come to the shop, I would tell them to check their attitude.
Nice.
I'm like, look, you're just going to have to relax in here. And they learned that, I just like to BS and cut up with them. So they would come in, and it started slowly, but now they come in. Sometimes they'll bring their lunch. I don't know who wants to eat in a barbershop, but they do. We have a beer fridge where we offer beer to our clientele. We give it to them, so don't anybody freak out. And so they will come in, and sometimes we have clients that bring their own beer for our fridge and will hang out 3 to 5 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
You're like the Waffle House.
Yeah. Only I don't have any streets behind me.
Speaking of streets, that kind of leads me into the changes that every downtown, ours isn't special.
Yeah.
We like to think it is.
Yeah.
I love downtown. I stayed the weekend down here, me and my husband. But the changes that you've seen over the years in adapting a business and staying in the same location.
Yes.
I mean, because it was rough here.
Yes, it was a huge transformation. And when I first started here, I was like, what am I doing? Because I was kind of young. I still didn't get intimidated very much, but you had to watch yourself a lot because the crime was pretty bad. There was homeless everywhere. And, they would have these platforms where they were redoing buildings or trying to keep the bricks from falling off the buildings. And it just went through this huge transformation where now I do not feel threatened at all downtown. But of course, I was told I was a gangster. So
that word never came to mind with you. I will be honest.
I had a homeless man tell me one time he was cleaning my windows because I kind of know some of them now, and they don't bother me because I'm very blunt and bold, and he came by and he wanted to clean the windows. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to rob you guys or try to hurt you or anything." And my daughter said, "Oh, we're not worried." And he turned around and he looked at her and he's like, "Well, why? Why not?" And she said, "Because my mom has her gun."
I love it.
Yeah, she's like, we've had our gun on you, dude. We're not worried at all." So now he calls me gangster every time.
Don't make mama kick your ass.
Right, exactly. And it's funny because I have a lot of women that work downtown, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, somebody's following me. And I'm like, call the cops. But they always come to me, because they know, I carry and I do have my permit and I am trained and I know how to do it. And I know what I'm doing. But it's so funny how they know how you are and they know your attitude. And I'm very aware of my surroundings. And so they come to me and go, hey, oh my goodness, what do I do about this? I'm like, you call 911. Please don't call the barber for help.
But they know Mama Bear kicks mad.
Exactly. I mean, I'm very well known for my stern, blunt, the way I communicate with people so that they get what I'm saying. But you have to speak to some people that way or they don't get it. And of course I have people that I try to be really nice to. My daughter says I'm not nice. She doesn't know why people even come in.
See, people I never knew why I had any clients. I punched one for buying something one time. And it was like, I don't know how else to tell you. I got tired of saying it with so much fluff that you missed what I was saying.
Right.
So I do get accused of being intimidating and blunt and, can you code it a little bit?
Right.
No.
Right. My daughter starts out and she goes, put it up, Mom, put it up. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I own this shop. And if you don't like how my attitude is or how I work, or if you can't handle me cutting up, I'm very politically incorrect. I know that's not something most people want to hear, but everyone that knows me knows so. But on the other hand, I have a huge heart. So I don't intentionally, unless I don't like you, hurt your feelings. But I have found that a lot of people appreciate my brutal honesty.
It's honesty. It's the truth.
Yes.
It's real. They
Yes.
know where they stand all the time.
Exactly.
If you want somebody to bullshit, you go talk to somebody else.
Right.
I don't have time.
Right. I mean, you talk to my daughter. She'll be really sweet to you. I've had people come in and they're going, I want you to do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, oh, God, you're going to have to go to the other chair. You're just going to be too picky. And so they're like, oh, okay.
The next thing I want to talk about, and we're just going to hit it, we're going to take it from now and where you're going. Because we're all so damn over COVID.
Right.
We're sick of it.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Salons, barbershops, restaurants, bars, we all know.
Yes.
We all know what was done.
Yes.
All right, so now you're open. It's recovery. Has everybody come back?
No.
Really?
The problem with my shop is if I were in a neighborhood, it would probably already be back to 100%. But because I cater to the downtown area, only at about 50%, which I can live off of, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm there even when we were closed. I would just go because it's my home. It to me, it's my everything. So everyone needs to get back to work downtown. You need to come on back.
So they're working remotely, so they're getting a haircut somewhere else?
So they're either not getting a haircut, they're cutting it themselves, or they're going to a chop shop. And then when they come back, they're like, oh my gosh, my hair is like a mess. I'm like, yeah, you cheated on me. It's like a marriage. It's like, yeah, don't tell me it didn't mean anything. But it is slowly now coming back. When we first opened back up, I was barely doing 25%. And I would just, with all honesty, as tough as I like people to think that I am, I would just cry every day, just cry. And then on top of that, my building got sold. So I have new landlords. They're amazing people. M&M Bank out of Pascagoula, just want to say that.
Yeah.
They are amazing people. They have helped us so much. And if it had not been for the new landlords, my shop would be closed right now.
Really?
Yes.
So say that bank again.
It's M&M Bank from Pascagoula, Merchant and Marine Banks out of Pascagoula. They bought my building and they're going to put their corporate office upstairs and their bank is going to be downstairs. And they want to keep me because they said that they've checked me out. Then they said I have a huge following and that everybody likes us. And so they were like, look, we want you to be a part of us. So we're going to help you however we need to help you.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, they couldn't have been better. And then we had to...
You'll probably be loyal to them forever now.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, my other bank, but I'm going to transfer my accounts.
I understand.
Yeah. I mean, because I couldn't have picked out a better landlord now out of a catalog.
Yeah,
I mean,
plus you don't have to drive to make a deposit either.
No, right? Yeah. So they are amazing people, and we are so blessed to have them. And then we had 2 clients that paid our rent for us during COVID because we had a landlord that, we had to pay. It didn't matter. So we did have 2 clients that did give us the funds so we could pay a couple months. So I'm very, 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 very blessed.
Talk about some bad karma on the landlord and some
Right.
good karma on some good people.
Right. And I know these 2 people that donated don't want anyone to know, but from the bottom of my heart, I thank them. I mean,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it means something.
Yeah, it does.
All right, do you see any changes coming up? Any changes you want to do? Any structure or business structure?
As far as that, I'm going to keep everything the way it was because it worked.
If it ain't broke,
I'm
don't
still,
fix it.
Yes. I'm still coming in at 6 a.m. I'm trying to leave at 5-ish. I'm still doing all of that. Both my daughter and I, we didn't think we were going to get vaccinated or have to, but then I got COVID and was very, very sick. And then I was like, okay, I will push someone's grandmother out of the way to get it. So I did get vaccinated. Both of us are vaccinated, and we want everybody to feel comfortable. And if they still want to wear a mask to come in, that's fine. That's on them. But we are fully vaccinated. And first it was sort of a political issue, and now it's a life issue. And I did lose, some family to COVID. So I just want everybody to be comfortable, and I need them to come back and know that even prior to COVID, barbershops and salons already use hospital grade, cleaning supplies and all. You really, even though there's hair around, you really can't get any more sanitary. And we get inspected, and we have all A's. We are not part of the cosmetology board here in Mobile County. We have our own commissioner.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, we have our own commission. So when the governor shut us down, it shouldn't have applied to us. And not only that, to be called non-essential for so long can only take so much.
That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody's mental health.
Yes. And so I would call the governor every day for like a week and a half. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go to prison.
You're on a list somewhere.
I am. I'm like, I'm being watched. And she never called me back. But I did. I kept calling. And then I was like, okay, I wouldn't call me back either. I sound like a, raging idiot. But,
No, I think of it as a desperate business owner.
oh, yeah. I don't feel like I'm ancient or anything, but at this time, working for myself practically my whole life now, I do not work well with others. I'm used to being my own boss,
Yeah.
And I like the fact that if someone comes in and there's, something about them we don't feel real good about, that I can say, you know what, we're all booked up. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
There's a lot of
Yes,
power in that.
Yes. And if I'd been working with someone, I would have had to take them anyway. So I love having the power and the authority to do those things.
Well, I hope people take a couple things away today from the show with you, and that's don't give, and accommodate, because you can set ground rules.
Yes.
And if you bring value to people, they will come back.
Yes.
So don't be scared of doing that. I think it actually adds value to you. Another one, too, is, don't be scared.
Yeah.
You have to keep fighting.
Yeah, well,
You don't have to shoot.
I'm a fighter.
But you can keep fighting.
Yes, I am a fighter, and everybody knows that. I mean, I will survive. I will make it. It's been tough, but yes, I'm going to make it.
And working with family. Katie and I, it hadn't all been gravy, but neither has the marriage, I mean, you have your ups and downs and with business partners.
Yes.
I mean, the only divorce I've ever had in my life has been a business divorce.
Yeah.
And so, it's tough, but it sounds like you guys have worked it out and are in a great place.
Sometimes we get a little snappy, but everybody thinks it's part of the play. But we leave every day with love you, see you tomorrow, and it's awesome. It's fun to get to be with she's like my mini me, only nicer.
So is mine.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to think that.
No, mine either. She's like, oh my gosh. But people call her little Bridgette, and she's like, ah. But Ashton is amazing. She's awesome, and I could not ask for a better person to be with me. And she gets me. She knows how to handle me. If someone else wouldn't, somebody else would be crying in a fetal position in the corner. So she gets me. She can understand.
You need those people in your life.
Exactly.
Bridgette, say somebody wants to come get a haircut. Tell them where you are, how to get in touch with you, and all your social media platforms.
Okay. Well, I'm at 3 North Royal Street, which is on the corner of Dauphin and Royal. I have the barber pole outside because a lot of people are, I can't see you, There is a barber pole. There's also my famous window with the leg lamp in it. And there's
What do you mean leg lamp?
The leg lamp, the Christmas story leg lamp.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes, it's become my signature to the barbershop. Everybody loves it. Everybody takes pictures of it.
How many men touch that leg?
I don't know. I've had it to get a new one. It's been
You should
touched
make
so
them
many times.
No, you should charge $1, and then at the end of the year, see how much money you've got.
That would be a great
You
idea.
can't touch.
Yes.
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 You have to pay. You got to pimp the leg out.
Exactly.
Girl.
Exactly.
This is how you be. That's how you make money.
Exactly. And so haircuts are $20 cash only. We only accept cash. Shaves, hot leather shaves with a straight razor are $25. And then our military, fire, and police, it's $10.
Wow.
Yes. Because we honor them and we want them to know how much we appreciate them and the things that they do for our community.
I doubt you can find that anywhere in town.
You can't. And of course, we have a Facebook page at Royal Barbers, and so it has all of our information on there. You can also message us on there, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or you could call us at 251-554-0595.
And that's for Bridget or Ashton?
Whoever answers the phone.
Okay. You know, Johnny also told me that the best gift to get somebody that needs that kind of haircut is a gift certificate from Royal Barber.
Yes, we do have gift certificates, and everyone, you can get the haircut, a shave, or the combo, and everyone loves it. Ashton has customers. She does the straight razor because she's more steady than I am. But everybody loves it, and she has people that come in twice a week just because it's so close. It's super smooth, and it's relaxing.
Well, he did say the cut and the shave.
Yes, you can do the cut and the shave.
Nice. I might just give my husband a present.
Oh, he's going to love it. Yes, you would.
Well, Bridget, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today.
I have enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you.
And at the end of every show, we give a cheers.
Okay.
So I want to give a cheers to a woman, a mother, a business owner, not giving up, calling the governor every damn day, whatever it takes, and not shooting that homeless man.
Right.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Do you have a cheers?
I want to say thank you to my new owners of our building, Merchant Marine Bank.
Cheers to M&M Bank.
Yes, they are the best people ever, and I thank them so much for everything that they've done.
Please be sure to subscribe to Cheers to Business podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that you get your podcast. Visit our Facebook and be sure to give us a like. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, shoot us an email from the website cheerstobusiness.com.